Right guys, what is going on? BusterBarnes here, bringing you my Fantasy Premier League Game Week 14 review as well as my Game Week 15 preview in this busy clustered December period of Fantasy Premier League. We will be seeing how my team did in Game Week 14 and what my general thoughts were on the matches that took place, plus previewing Game Week 15, showing you guys the transfers I made, what I'm thinking of doing, giving you guys 3 fixtures to focus on for that game week as well. If you do enjoy these Fantasy Premier League videos, please leave a like, comment down below how you guys did in the last week and what you're planning to do for this upcoming one that's not too far away. I would like to say a Merry Christmas to everyone. This video will be coming out then. I'm obviously not recording it on Christmas, I'm recording this on Christmas Eve, but it will be out on the big day, so I hope you guys are all having a very nice holiday. But with that said, let's get into what I did, or how my team did in Game Week 14. So as you can see, we did get 62 points, which actually is, a bit above average. It's 2 points above average, but it was generally a red arrow, and our rank has dropped again drastically to 377,192. I did say to you guys that Game Week 10 was usually my drop-off point. I'd usually take a dip in form, and it seems that's what's happened yet again. Because my rank has been decent, it seems that even getting above average isn't good enough to maintain my position, and there's a lot of people jumping over me. Hopefully I can bounce back next week. But if we do look at the team, Martin has got a clean sheet, he did the job. Robertson got a clean sheet and an assist as well. And to be honest guys, where I went wrong, obviously Lamptey not starting, Chilwell getting injured was a bit of a disappointment. He would have got a clean sheet. But basically where the big disappointment was who I captained. As you guys know, I randomised who I was going to captain for that week. Even though I had my captaincy on Bruno Fernandes, I thought, I'm not sure about Fernandes, Son or Pulisic, so I randomised it, and I did fall on Son, who got 15 less points than Fernandes, which is absolutely shocking. You know what, when I think back, and to be honest, when my week was confirmed, I just thought to myself, why didn't I just captain Fernandes? I think what I was telling myself in my head is, oh, Leeds v Man United, a historical game, a big game, maybe it's going to be tight, maybe, but maybe, it'll only be like a 1 or a 2-0 or something. How foolish was that? We've all seen how Leeds have been playing against the big teams. They just go all guns blazing, and it means goals at either end. So why I didn't think Fernandes was the obvious captain was just an absolute brain fart by me, to be honest. I can't even really defend that. It was an awful choice. Son not getting anything was not necessarily what I expected. I expected him to get something against Leicester, but they did obviously lose in surprising fashion. Pulisic got an assist. Calvert-Lewin got an assist. Kane not getting a return. Grealish did quite well as well. So some players picking up returns. They saved me in the sense that I still got above average. But just imagine captaining Fernandes, honestly. I really got hurt by people captaining Salah as well. I was so happy when it turned out that he wasn't starting and he just comes on and gets 2 goals and an assist anyway. Pretty ridiculous. But if we do look at the games generally, as you can see, Liverpool winning 7-0 against Palace. I actually saw something that Firmino in December is pretty crazy. Apparently his stats are actually very good in December, so that could be something for you guys to keep your eye on. Palace getting battered 7-0 was maybe a bit of a surprise. City only beating Southampton 1-0, but to be fair, Southampton are a tough team. We're maybe not seeing City score as many goals as they usually do, but I'm sure that'll pick up eventually. They have some home games coming up against lesser teams. Everton winning 2-1 against Arsenal. I believe it was a penalty for Arsenal. Still not looking great, but I think their form will pick up eventually, but obviously I wouldn't look at any of their players until that does happen. Everton, Calvert-Lewin getting an assist. But yeah, an own goal by Holding. Not much to really say about either team. Newcastle 1, Fulham 1 as well. Wilson still ticking along if you do have him. Brighton and Sheffield. Sheffield down to 10 men and actually go up. A player that I'm interested in though is Welbeck. He's doing quite well for Brighton, so we'll be interested to keep an eye on their fixtures and see what does happen. Spurs losing to Leicester, a bit of a surprise. United winning 6-2 against Leeds. Didn't think it'd be that high scoring of a game, but it was. Like I said, Fernandes getting a lot of goals, McTominay too. Yeah, just a shame. I don't know what I was thinking there. Villa winning 3-0 at West Brom. Burnley beating Wolves 2-1 and a bit of a surprise. And Chelsea winning 3-0 against West Ham. Abraham doing well, but with Chelsea assets it's a bit hard to sort of predict who's going to get rotated or not. Especially when they have the Arsenal game and the Aston Villa game 2 days apart. You've got to think that there's going to be a lot of rotation there. So I maybe would stay away from some of their players. And obviously sell Chilwell if you do have him, because he did unfortunately pick up an injury. But that is how my team did, guys. Again, better to be above average, but still not what I was after. But I can only blame myself for not captaining Fernandes. And yeah, as you can see, my game week rank, pretty shocking. Hopefully we can bounce back in the next one. Okay, so as you can see, guys, this is my team heading into game week 15. I did make the one change, and it was Chilwell out for Reguilon. And the reason that I did this, guys, is mainly because I was looking ahead to game week 18. As you guys can see, only 10 teams are playing, and I think I've mentioned this before. My plan is to basically have a team ready for this week, and then wildcard, and maybe bench boost going into this double game week. So that's going to be my tactic. So it does mean that I'm going to have to transfer some players out and build upon this game week before I use my wildcard, which would mean getting rid of Robertson, Fernandes, and Pulisic eventually. To be honest, out of all of them, I'm probably more happy that I had to transfer Chilwell out. I don't think that Chelsea are going to keep a clean sheet against Arsenal, even though Arsenal are struggling. It's a London derby. They're going to be trying to bounce back as they haven't won a game in ages, so that's not too bad. I'm not 100% certain that Tottenham will keep a clean sheet against Wolves, but I think that their fixtures, even after the Wolves game, are pretty decent. You know, they have Fulham at home and Leeds at home, so it's not too awful. So I think they should be alright in that regard. I did, however, after transferring in Reguilon, think, number one, maybe Dyer would have been better because Tottenham defenders aren't necessarily getting many attacking returns, and also having 3 Tottenham players is a little bit worrying, but I've done it now, so you know, we'll see how it goes. Lamptey was actually ruled out of the West Ham game, so I don't know what I'm going to do there. Am I just going to leave it? I think I probably will, and hope that maybe Kilman or Mitchell can play. I think Palace have Aston Villa and another team very close together, like the Chelsea games, where they only have 2 days apart. So I've got to think that Mitchell will maybe play one of those games. So it would be very good if it was in fact the Villa game. And what I'm actually going to do is do that and swap him with Kilman, so he does come on for him if that is the case. But yeah, so a bit of a shame Lamptey's not playing, but not the end of the world. Robertson, West Brom at home. Just, I guess I'm praying that Liverpool attackers, or Salah specifically, doesn't have a field day, which he probably will, so that is a little bit worrying. Hopefully Big Sam can keep Klopp's team at bay, but I'm not too sure about that. Midfield, this has got to be, I don't even know about Mahrez, guys, maybe the worst transfer I've made so far. Hasn't started City's last 2 games. He started against Arsenal in the Cup, which means he could get rotated again. I'm just praying that he doesn't. I hope he starts against Newcastle, and if he does, I'm sure he can hopefully pick up some returns. Grealish against Crystal Palace at home. Fernandes is who I'm captaining against Leicester. Now, I actually made the mistake, I guess you could say, of captaining Son the previous week against Leicester. But Man United are jammy. They'll get a penalty. It'll probably be a game of penalties with Vardy and Fernandes around. So, yeah, I'm just captaining Fernandes. No doubt this will be the week where he gets no returns, but that is just my luck, I suppose. Pulisic and Son can hopefully pick up some stuff. Calvert-Lewin against Sheffield United, he should relish that physical battle and hopefully get some returns. Kane as well, and could continue his form, scoring midweek against, I believe, it was Stoke. Yeah, it was Stoke, I do believe. Obviously, players on the bench ready to come on if need be. We'll do that so that Mitchell is our first substitute. But looking at these games, guys, as you know, I like to give you 3 games to focus on going into the next week. I don't know why I'm on this one. It's actually this week that I am focusing on. I think the key one, the obvious one, there's actually 2 obvious ones. Man City versus Newcastle. Maybe it's a bit hard to predict what Man City players are going to play, but if you have them, you keep them. I mean, you've got De Bruyne, you've got Sterling, you've got Jesus, who are all probably going to get minutes in this game against Newcastle. And you've got to think, you know, going back to last season, they battered Newcastle, I think, 4 or 5-0. These are the types of fixtures where City score loads of goals. So I think this is one you've got to focus on for City assets. Liverpool v West Brom as well. Liverpool probably going to have a field day. I mean, I hope they don't, because I don't want Salah to get loads of returns. But yeah, I mean, it does just seem like a game that is really going to go very well in Liverpool's favour. And if I had to focus on one more, I'd probably go for Aston Villa versus Palace. Crystal Palace getting battered. They might try and shore up a bit and be a bit more defensive, but Villa have been flying. You know, players like Grealish, players like Watkins, if you have them. I think Barkley's making a return. Martinez as well. Maybe defenders from both teams actually wouldn't be an awful shout. But yeah, those are the 3 fixtures I think you guys should be focusing on. So that was it, guys. That is my review / preview of the upcoming and latest FPL game weeks. Do let me know in the comments below how you guys did and what you're planning on doing. If you're using a wildcard, any other chips, do let me know. Let me know what your plan is as well going into that blank and double game week, what you're thinking of doing. I would love to know. Be sure, as always, to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and to stay tuned for my review of the next game week, which will be coming out soon after it does finish as well. Make sure to subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League content. I hope you all have a nice day. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Christmas day, and I'll see you next time.